Tokensmart and Tokensmart and we're bringing everyday news on the NFT marketplace. Tokensmart and Tokensmart and we're bringing an end to the rule of struggling artists. Please check out our respective websites and Discords for more news and events like this.
So much energy.
Easy. Back up about 15 seconds and repeat everything you just said.
Okay, what did I say? 15 seconds.
I don't know what you said. You would cut out. That's all. Sorry, but
Oh, Robody, I see. I said we had the most amazing Twitter Spaces yesterday. Although I was a couple minutes late. There was a nice crowd from the get-go. Pretty much, there was huge energy, great interactivity, and we covered a lot of different, subject matters. And it just seemed like a huge success. And part of that, I think, was the misfortune cookies.
I agree. Yeah, we went through the whole thing, folks, like front to back, cover to cover, page to page to page to page to page, until we were done with the book about the WIP Publishing Company and the Page DAO project.
Yeah, y'all really did cover a lot.
And
well, I mean, the thing is, the community has a lot of questions for us. Sorry, Easy. Just before we go on, I do want to make 100% sure that everybody here in the audience knows that my DMs are open. And if you have questions about Page, or if you have questions about the WIP Publishing team, or just what we're up to with this crazy decentralized thing that we're doing, please get in touch with me. We're an open book here. We're as transparent as we can possibly be by design. Our goal is to create a DAO. We don't have any kind of skullduggerous plans. And we're actively resisting people trying to tell us that we need to turn our token into like some kind of pump and dump type of thing. So, please come help out. Come be a part of the community. Our mission is to be inclusive and transparent.
And there are multiple ways to, get involved, even if it's just sharing ideas. But there's a lot of ways, not just writing books. There's a lot of stuff we're doing and expanding, and it's just going to expand and grow more. There's incredible opportunities with the Page token, both to be able to earn them in different ways, to be able to, you can pick some up on the market, you can stake those. There are still incredible opportunities for the liquidity mining rewards. But with all that juicy excitement, let's see, what were we wrapping back to? Oh, yes, the tweeter. So maybe we should actually throw out there the idea we had for getting some more tweeter followers, because that's important. We do want to be able to do the spaces directly from the WIPP Twitter. We've been using Dylan's, which is, fine to kind of get them started and going, but it'd be great if we met the requirements over on Twitter. We need some more followers to be able to do that. So Dylan came up with a great little idea today. You want to share a little?
Yes, indeedy. Let's see. I guess we need somebody to make a tweet. So I guess we probably should have done that first. Oops, sorry guys. But yeah, so at some point during the show, we will have composed a tweet, and we will allow for only Tokensmart people to earn a reward of a total of 50 Page tokens to one lucky person who follows the WIP Publishing account. Whoa, yeah, that is a lot. That's pretty rapid growth.
You are generous.
Yeah, that is moving.
To one person? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about something else. All right. Yeah. So I'm responding to a gift that was in the chat. My bad. But yeah. Okay. So the thing is, 50 Page tokens to one person who likes the tweet that we compose, retweets that tweet, and tags 3 friends while also following the WIP Publishing Twitter account. So basically, this is one of those things we've all seen on Twitter. People like to try to promote their accounts and get new followers this way. But we want to do this exclusively for the Tokensmart fam. So actually, nobody who isn't here or isn't part of the call today will even know that this is going on. We'll just compose the tweet during the show, and then somebody who likes, retweets, and follows while tagging 3 or more friends, help us get some followers, basically, and one person who engages with us in this way will get 50 Page tokens. We'll DM you if you're the winner.
And yeah, I think it's fun. It's cool to keep it kind of in the family. As far as the rewards are going to go, other people might see it and just start tagging 3 people, and just like uh, not paying a lot of attention, being like, oh, another giveaway. Okay, I'll tag this and do that and do. But the page is going to Tokensmart fam, and tag 100 people if you can't fit that in a tweet. Tag like your family members.
You can fit it in
even.
a thread, bro.
There you go. Yeah, like we would love to have people, totally random people, like, oh, what's this? Whip Publishing. Okay, I like books. Get on there. Like somehow leads to them publishing on the blockchain when they've never, published anything, or maybe they did when they were like just out of college and now they're in their like 60s. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but anybody and everybody that likes books, whether that's reading them, writing them, anything in between, we would love to have getting access and getting the knowledge that we're trying to spread.
Actually, easy. That knocks loose another thought, another WIP project that's going on right now. We've got a gentleman who has joined us and is just super enthused about the project, loves the idea of bringing books to the blockchain. Can't believe we didn't think of it sooner. Really enthusiastic individual, a lot of fun to hang out with. You know what this guy's going to do? He's going to create a curated collection of books that are off copyright and basically re-release these dudes as limited edition NFT books. And so this will do 2 things at the same time. The first thing it'll do is it'll raise some awareness. It'll raise a little bit of money. It'll be one of these things where people can come in and become part of the WIP publishing project, even if all the small-time authors that we've published so far are not necessarily your thing. Books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill that are just off copyright classics are going to be curated, and collections are going to be created, and so it's going to be a new way to engage with these classic texts. But at the same time as that's happening, we will be historically preserving these works moving forward by storing them on the blockchain and on IPFS, both of which are decentralized. So, this whole problem where books used to go out of print or they used to all get burned or something like that, not going to happen anymore. so it's kind of a twofer, right?
Oh man, that is awesome. You know what? This is something that's been on our bucket list, so to speak, since the beginning of the project. Since over a year ago when we were just talking about this and like getting all the books onto the blockchain and preserving these books. So this is a huge, like for me right now, I'm super giddy because I didn't even catch that like on our last call or something. I must have been either out of service during that part or something. But like that, I think
maybe we came up with it on a private group DM chat yesterday.
I love
it. So I think I actually just dropped out with it. Even the team didn't know about it.
I'm glad I didn't like miss another meeting or something that I didn't know was going down. But I'm so excited. That just like totally pumped me up because this is another whole sector where the wide world of readers and people that appreciate literature can kind of connect without it being like, oh well, you guys are just doing like How Not to Be a Dick and like these crazy puzzle books, like you're not real, like whatever. I'm sure there's that kind of like, oh,
hey, leave How Not to Be a Dick out of that. That is a great book.
No, it is. It is. But it's it's like it's in this fun and it's phenomenal. But it's not like something that everybody can just connect with right away. Like once we're getting some of these more classics out there, like for the mainstream, I think that's going to be a great way to help bring them in, make them understand some of the value of the project, besides just, people that have struggled in the publishing world to get traction. Like having some of these mainstays on the blockchain is actually a huge deal.
Oh yeah. Well, and preserving them for history and just sending home the message really that, this is about books. It's not about just, the small motley group of authors that started a blockchain-based publishing company just because they could. It's also about other writers that people care way more about, and it's about making people who like books happy, regardless of, what kind of book it is or when it was written or who it's by or any of that stuff that you're used to seeing from publishing companies that are, just really trying to ram their one specific thing down everyone's throat. Like, Viva Variete, that's kind of like our motto when it comes to deciding what to publish. We're into all of it, we really see the value in all of it and we like it all. So, I mean, why not publish it all? Why not put it all on the blockchain? Why not preserve it all for future generations?
Yep, and the scope of this project has been huge from the get-go. I think we've done good at kind of chipping away and figuring out kind of where to start. But this is a great thing to have, starting to get some momentum. I think we got just in excitement and passion. We've kind of veered away from the misfortune cookies, but I think there's more news to drop on that. I mean, there's definitely a lot going on there. Do you want to hop back on a little? It's so misfortunate.
Yeah, come on, Phil. Join us.
Oh yeah. All right,
Maybe
I'm
he
back.
wants to even read a couple.
I would love to, actually.
You have to.
We all should.
I want to see your top 10, Phil. Your top 10 misfortunes that you got so far.
All right. Top 10. Dang. There's like, oh man, 100 or so right now. It's a lot to go through. If anyone wants to get in on this, the only prompt I have is, what do you fear most? What would you expect to see in a fortune cookie that would tell you the worst thing that you fear? One of my favorites is actually from Robbie, which I brought it up in the Twitter Spaces. I got to find it again.
I remember it actually. Do you want me to just recite it from memory?
Do it.
May you always buy at the peaks and sell at the dips.
Oh my god.
That is a harsh one that I really can connect to on a personal level.
Oh,
For
right.
all as a
Doesn't it hurt?
professional cryptocurrency trader, that is actually my worst fear.
That's
actually it.
You wake up in a cold sweat having just a nightmare of having totally failed on your trades and bought the high and then sold the dip. You're like, what is going on here? This is not how it's supposed to work.
It's backwards.
All right. I got one that not to self-promote here, but this one goes out to Jimmy Hapex. A rival publishing company may kidnap you disguised as hillbilly pizza guys and force you to sell NFT books.
That's hilarious, dude. That is freaking great.
Man, he is just unrelenting with the crypto napping thing, huh? I mean, we just can't tell this guy no.
we gotta finish. I don't know. That's probably what inspired me to do the misfortune cookies, like the whole kidnapping thing. It's the most misfortunate thing. What's more misfortunate than getting kidnapped to sell NFT books? Like,
I'm actually not sure. I don't know of anything less fortunate than that.
You're just so confused, and then you have to get on a live stream.
And your team abandons you and laughs about it. Like,
just a cry for help. What's Jimmy doing now? All right. I got another one, and this one's from Richard Fitzwell. He was killing it too. May fame and I know. So he says, "May fame and fortune bring you comfort in the face of overwhelming stupidity."
That is pretty good. That leaves the silly part right to the end.
Oh God! And this is followed up by, "You will die alone and poorly dressed."
Ladies and gentlemen, oh man,
it's so
it
good.
reminds me of that old Atticus poem. Like, I would like to arrive at my death a little drunk, in love, and late, or late, drunk, or late, in love, and a little drunk. I'm terrible at reciting things sometimes.
These are just so much fun. Again, anyone listening in, go to the WHIP Discord and head over to the Misfortune Monday channel. You can get in on this. And you know what? You might actually get your misfortune minted as an NFT in the very near future, and also get a POAP. Everyone's going to get a POAP, but only a select few will get like the special POAPs.
It's going to be special, right. Yeah.
They're going to be very limited releases from It's Carolina Does personal stash. But like, I mean, I know everybody loves her POAPs, but you're gonna love the special POAP even more.
And there's gonna be even an awesome animation when you if you're able to, you buy some misfortune cookies, when you open them, there's gonna be a cool animation of either a fortune cookie being like smashed by a fist or being cracked open or something cool like that. So it'll be really fun to open them up, and then it's revealed like you will always let down in family or something. That was one that popped into my head yesterday, because I've gotten some great like fortune cookies that are like, oh, like you're gonna like make friends, or like whatever these things are. It's just such a great spin to have these misfortune cookies, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun and should add just a lot of crazy hilarity from all ends of the world, hopefully. So
crazy hilarity.
This is going to be a really fun part of the project. Come over for the more Misfortune Mondays. You're not going to want to miss those. It's definitely a hoot. We did have a question come in, which I love questions from the audience. Spark Twain had asked, and I tipped him $1. It was a good question. Gave him a buck a whale. Can I publish writing via my own IPFS node and still have it be up on the page chain? I'm not 100% sure how it works. I haven't put my own node up or started playing with it. Do we have anybody on the team that would know the answer to that question?
Yes, indeed. I am right here, and I do know the answer to that. The thought, honestly, right now is that what we would like to do ultimately is to open it up like that so that just everybody can. What we're doing at the present time is quite a bit different from that. So if you have something to publish, it's kind of funny. We actually have a publishing company. And so just literally bring us your material, and we can have a look at it and get it started. Right now, basically, the rules for publishing with WIPP are very simple. There's no plagiarism, no fraud, no just no shenanigans. It just has to be your own original work. And we'll work with you to hopefully get it into good shape and get it out there for everybody to read. Most of the ones that have come over thus far already actually passed the test, and made my life easy because I didn't have to do a bunch of heavy editing or anything. I've offered typesetting services to a few, and I've arranged covers for a few, I believe. But yeah, just literally jump in my DMs, talk to me about it. Go to whitpublishing.com, fill out our author form and our book submission form, and we will get you locked and loaded, ready to go with your own NFT book alpha.
There's a lot of support over at Whit Publishing right now, where before we expand things, really ramp with the amount of books we can publish and authors we can onboard in this early days, it is the time to get in. Be one of the OGs dropping NFT books, and we have the ability to help support you and help get this formatted right and things like that. Like we have Kane Mayfield, who speak of the devil, and the devil appears. Right, dude. I was this crazy bastard that came over and
What an entrance.
the world. I was about to say, we got Kane Mayfield in the house. He jumped onto like a Twitter Spaces the other week and just floored us all. We were all dying on the floor with some of his old blogs and and a few different varieties that are getting worked into this amazing idea for a book, audio book, scratch and sniff, all this stuff. Well, the scratch and sniff might not be right now, but anyways, Kane, should do that. Love that you jumped in.
My subtle cologne is the thing of majesty, and you'd be all fortunate to have it in your world. Just remember that.
Yeah, the man himself.
Let me tell you something. This is all just the machinations of extremely irresponsible white people. I don't know what's going to happen with this book, but I'm excited because these are thoughts that I would love to share with people. I just don't, I normally don't. But the book is funny. Are we still set on title? Are we good? Can I say that? Are we okay with that part?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, shit, spill it.
So the bottom of the ocean, it's something that my homeboy used to say. I would just, how y'all have heard me talk, so I'll just say something crazy.
We're hearing you talk right now, brother. It sounds great.
And then he'll just look at me and go, "Yeah, you went to the bottom of the ocean on that one." And then he'll proceed to roll his weed or whatever we were doing. And so the bottom of the ocean has always just been this thing that I've referred to as my random scatterbrain thoughts. So there's fun thoughts in there. So we're sorting through it now. My advice column for women that I had a few years ago, which is still really funny that I had that. Ask Dr. Mayfield. There's my random thoughts. The UK food is gross. Changed my mind. Things like that. So I'm enjoying where this is going. And as of last night, we're talking about just how to make sure it's in there. A book has never had gifts before, so I might have the first book with gifts, which is great.
Breaking boundaries here, breaking boundaries. And, it's incredible because we're able to whip these together pretty quick. Like Kane has the material or the majority of it. And so it's really like compiling all that and then, putting some, as Kane would say, some paprika, a little bit of salt and maybe some squeeze of mustard or ketchup, depending on, what style of dish. But basically just spicing it up. Baby. Yeah, a little chipotle mayo, smoothing it out with that mayo spread. Maybe some, maybe it's on a shawarma, maybe it's rolled up, all sorts of delivery methods. But, excuse me, it is coming together very fast. Like, it's incredible that a week ago, I think, was when the idea was born. And already we've had a couple meetings. We've got files being sent and like all this crazy stuff. But yes, it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait till the cover. Should we tease who's doing the cover? Or have you talked to that person?
Yes, I've sent the message. He laughed. And his biggest response is, who are these people who think that you need to have your thoughts where people can see them?
I love it. He's not wrong.
and I said, I don't know. They like me, man. And he goes,
they're strangers that I've met on the internet.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with this. I'll get back at you. So I don't know how it's gonna go, snap. But I'll tell you, here's a fun thing that y'all don't even know, but I thought this, and I'm still working on cutting it up and putting it into a thing. Remember, I was talking about things my homeboy said, and I want to put some of those in there. And there's things my mom said. So there's been these. I used to type these, just little on Facebook, just little conversations I used to have with my mom because she was just a hilarious lady, and. So just a good example of that is my mom said, I think what's missing is the love of a good woman. I said, you're probably right, mommy, but who? My mom said, well, I'm not running a whorehouse, son. I said, are you saying I should date a prostitute? She said, I'm going to bed. Let yourself out, jackass.
Oh my God, this is gold.
Another one was, she said, Christopher, by the way, my name's Christopher. She goes, Christopher, you're not an easy person for anyone besides me to love. I said, damn, ouch. Good morning to you too. She goes, be more thoughtful, son. I said, you're a pretty mean lady before your coffee. And by the way, good morning. Way to be a trill gangster before breakfast. She said, shut up and don't finish my cigarettes. Starts muttering to herself, trill. Sounds niggery. She walks past me and pushes me. That's my mom. Fucking hilarious.
These insights are freaking amazing. This is so exciting for me. Like, this is going to be a book that I probably have the audiobook just on like repeat. And people will drive by me while I'm in the car. People are going to drive by me and like, what the hell is going on with that guy? As I'm just like shaking my head and laughing, like peeing into a bottle because I laughed too hard and spilling it all over the seat. I don't know.
Whoa. You pee into a bottle when you laugh too hard?
Well, no, I mean, I'm thinking if I'm in the car, and you're like in traffic or something and you're laughing till you're going to pee, what are you going to do? Just pee? No, you got to find something receptacle.
Oh, no, Kegel it up, man. You got that choice. You got to do Kegels, man. You got to hold that shit.
Properly. We don't want anybody to think it's apple juice,
You got to do your Kegels, man. Seriously, you can't just be out here like a real vulgarian. Peeing in the bottle is fun when you're really little or really old. Anything in between, you're just a straight vulgarian and not fit for proper consumption of society.
Well,
my problem is
all
it's
fine
hard
and
to
good.
find a bottle with a wide enough mouth. Like
Yeah, you need.
what
Like
are you like holding it away and
Mickey's
like trying
big
to like
mouth.
consolidate the stream or what? Like,
I really
used
did
to
not
go
need to
for-
know that you have a beefy dickhead. That was that was information I could have lived and died without knowing my entire life, and now I know that, and I'm uncomfortable.
On a funny note, I do remember a story where I think I was up in Oregon working as a trimmigrant, and somebody peed into a beer bottle, and somebody else took a big old swig of it.
no!
Now that's wrong. I don't even know how they managed that off. It wasn't like a Mickey's wide mouth for Dylan or anything. But yeah, so there's funny stuff in those kind of
Foster's Australian for beer. I feel like you guys were talking about quality literature before I got here. I've just derailed the whole GPA.
Well, there's no such thing as quality literature, like people don't read books like they used to anymore. You can put whatever the fuck you want in a book. It doesn't matter. It's all gravy.
All right, I have one more
like
for
you
you.
said.
I have one more for you. Mom, I hear weird noises. This is when she was in the hospital and I was there with her. So I'm sitting across from her doing something on my computer. And she goes, I hear weird noises coming from your computer. It's probably naked people. I said, Mommy, there are no naked people on my computer. LOL. She goes, yes, it is. It's probably people with animals knowing you. The nurse laughs. I said, how about I play some of those 70s porno movies you starred in for this nice lady, huh? My mom says, see, that's not funny. You know how to declass a good time. I said, you brought up bestiality. She goes, shut up, Christopher. So that was.
I still can't think of you as a Christopher. Like you're always like Kane Mayfield in my mind. Like that's just your name. I'm sorry. I'll never think of you as Christopher.
That's fine. That's okay. I'm both, and it's not like Kane was my nickname since I was a kid anyway. So like, there's a large segment of people who've known me for 30 years who call me Kane.
It suits you. It's a good name.
It really does. Did you go also by Chris, or was it usually Christopher if you were going about to give him that?
The only people who call me Christopher that are not my mom or like an auntie or something like that are usually police officers or judges or people who don't find me funny. It's never a name that's said with it's not said with levity. It's never Christopher Waka Waka. It's always like Christopher, please rise and hear your sentence and shit like that. So.
Do the judges take to your humor though? I would think that might be, on an occasion maybe that could, help out a little bit on the.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's like a two-edged sword. Like, it might be like, he gets off like one time and then the next time it's like life.
No.
We're throwing his own book at him.
Judges in mass do not find me funny. So the case, and whenever I think about it, I think of Judge DiGeronimo, and that he is in the D.C. federal court. By the way, if you're gonna ever speed and you're like in the D.C. DMV area, don't do that shit on 295 because it's federal land. You might as well be doing donuts on the White House lawn. So I got in trouble for speeding, and I had a couple cocktails. I mean, listen, there was a lot going on that night. It was Valentine's Day. So he goes, Mr. Reed, why were you driving in excess of 100 miles an hour on a blah, 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 and I was like, Judge, I just figured the faster I go, the faster. I wasn't speeding because I was drunk. I blew a .09. At .09, I haven't even got my money's worth yet. My tip, I haven't even started thinking about tipping yet at .09. I'm a large fella. I'm a grown boy. So at .09, I'm fine. I wasn't drunk. I was just mad. And the court lights are glinting off your hand there. I see that wedding ring, so hopefully you can understand this. What I was thinking, Your Honor, is the faster I go, the faster I get there and get this broad out of my car so I never have to talk to her again. And he goes, okay. Yeah, you're one of those guys thinks he can do whatever he wants. He sentenced me to weekends in jail. Actually, no, before I did weekends in jail, hold on. Before he did that, he sentenced me to like drug and alcohol counseling But the drug and alcohol counseling was in Baltimore, the other side of town. So I had to drive essentially an hour during the day, during work, an hour and a half, to go sit in a room with people who got way fucking worse problems than me. And like they would cancel it without telling me, and it was fucking up work. So I just stopped going. So I got violated. I fucking go back, and he goes, Mr. Reed, why did you not attend your mandatory drug and alcohol counseling treatment as required by the terms of your probation? And I said, yeah, I just figured you didn't want me to do that. He goes, you figure... Oh, wait, I remember you. You're the I was speeding because I was mad guy. You know what? I want to hear this. Why do you think I didn't want you to do the thing I told you to do? I said, well, Your Honor, when I did a couple of these classes, you can see I've attended a few of them, and you got to the left, you got one guy who, smoked a bunch of crack and beat his baby to death, and then you got this guy over here who tried to shoot heroin into his mom forcibly. I would have had to do an 8-ball just to fit in. I think you've greatly underestimated my need to be liked, and so, to sit at the cool kids table and lunch, I would have had to do some pretty bad shit. I blew a .09, man. I didn't think you wanted me to be there, plus it was really depressing. He goes... Really depressing. I like you, Mr. Reed. I'm sending you to jail. I was like, nigga!
Oh, damn.
You gotta be kidding. So I learned 3 things with that.
It would have been better if you hadn't make him like you.
Yeah, definitely. So I learned 3 things. The first thing I learned is, 1, no matter how many episodes of Law and Order you've watched, and I've seen a lot of them, you're not a fucking lawyer. Pay for a fucking lawyer. Don't go in there like you're going to be a fucking big rainmaker and throw some big words around and crack your winning smile, shake your tail feather, and walk the fuck up out of there. This shit ain't going to work like that. 2, the court doesn't find me funny. So I should just be in there, look contrite, stare at my shoes, and give the blink, blink face like a cartoon character that doesn't want you to beat him. And the 3rd thing is I actually had a fun time in jail. So...
Wow.
Wait, what?
Didn't really learn my lesson. Well, it wasn't like prison. I wasn't fucking hitting rocks with an anvil or whatever. I was fucking, I'd go in, I would have some, it was weekends. So I get to get out. I'm only in jail for 2 days, really a day and a half. So I go in on Friday night. I stop at McDonald's. I get a number 1 with a extra cheeseburger and a bottle of NyQuil. And I eat my McDonald's, drink a big soda, drink half a bottle of NyQuil, throw the other half in the garbage. It's a whole ritual. I walk in, I'm sleepy already, and they all knew me at this point. They're like, what's up, New York? And I'm like, hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? About to hit that bed, huh? I'm like, yep, I'll see y'all niggas around 2 in the morning. I go to sleep. I wake up at 2 in the morning, talk some shit, play some cards. Then it's time for breakfast. I have a sensible breakfast. I go back to sleep. I wake up. Someone wakes me up around lunchtime because my lunchtime humor is fun. I never had chipped beef before. That was delicious. Compliments to the chef every time. Then it was usually an afternoon full of shit talking or watching people fight or something like that. Telling fun stories. Those guys got the best stories. And then I would go back to sleep, wake up in time for breakfast, have a little light lunch. And right before the dinner tray, it was about time to go, but I would wait because Sunday's baked chicken. Do it all again next week. My phone's in a locker. No one can call me. It was fucking great. Best sleep of my life. No, I'm not advocating for jail. I'm not advocating for jail. Y'all shouldn't go to jail because you're not me and you're probably not gonna have fun there. I'm hilarious and can rap really well. So I have a social value. The guy who can make everybody laugh in a sad place, well, that's like money. But hey, New York, come tell us a fun story. And I got 1,000 of them. No problem, nigga. What do you want to hear about? How about the time that I got a hand job in Tampa when I was swimming in the ocean, had to feed the fish? And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, tell that story. So, there's 1,000 fucking stories. So until I run out of stories.
Stay out of jail, but if you you got to use your wits. You gotta play that shit, make the most of it. So if I ever do go to jail, I'm hoping it's because I'm on a bender out with Kane, and he can distract everybody with his world-class humor while I just kind of
Oh,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
know,
no, no, no. You're not
slink
going
in
to
the
go to
corner.
jail. If we hang out, you're not going to jail for 3 reasons. 1, I'm a Jedi, and 3, you're a white man. And if
That's
we
true.
go to jail, someone framed us, or we're just driving in the South freedom riding, because that's just not, and I'm not doing that. So if we're
good
if
then.
we're in the South, yeah, if we're in the South doing a freedom ride or something, then there's a high probability some bad shit's going to happen. But if we're not doing that, we'll be just fine.
Golden.
White people go to jail in large numbers if they look poor enough. Yeah, but Easy don't look poor. Easy looks rich. Have you ever?
I
No.
could pass for like I don't know if I could
billionaire?
pass for a rich guy.
A tech
I guess I'd
billionaire?
have to switch up my get some real expensive sunglasses or something. I don't know.
No. You got the whole thing down right now.
All right, there you go. Easy tech billionaire. I like the sound of that. It's got a good ring to it.
Just show them the graphic that Carolina designed for Pass the Pin that has you and Jimmy wearing those hats.
Nice. Yes. I love the poster and stuff that Jimmy whipped up together with you, me, and him with our awkward stares. Just so much good stuff going on. I can't advise strongly enough to come over, join the Whip Discord. Follow us on Twitter, tag your friends, win some page. Hop in for some crazy misfortune cookie action. Of course, we got the Pass the Pen. Oh, I'm hoping, I haven't heard back yet, but I'm going to reach back out to him. I'm hoping we might be able to do a little special Pass the Pen event over in the Whale Discord one of these days here, or in the next upcoming weeks, and just kind of spread some of the joy over there, and to try and bring in more of the wider community. Because I think, everybody that winds up coming has a great time, but not everybody, is over in the Tokensmart Discord a lot, or haven't, joined the Whip Discord. And so to be able to expand out and do events in other Discord communities, if somebody has a suggestion, or they have a Discord community that they mod in, or whatever it is, and you're like, oh, I think our group would really enjoy some, collaborative creative writing, just hit me up, or Dylan, one of the team, and just make a suggestion. We're always very, very open, and really enjoy, questions, suggestions, all that stuff. So, we do,
that actually brings something up for me, Easy.
Go for it.
Do you mind if I ask you a question right quick? We were going to do a one-off special Pass the Pin episode to create a Stoner Cats type thing with Marty NFT McFly, weren't we? Yeah, yeah. Do you have any alpha about that event that you would like to share, or do we need to maybe even plan something so that one of these days on the Pass the Pin we can actually go ahead and do that and put together this NFT and get some straight cred for the folks who are contributors to that very amazing work of art that will result, no doubt.
I think it's a great idea to do a special event, and just I'm sure we'd be able to hammer something like that out, because it's not going to be a huge, super long saga. I actually just pinged up Marty, just sent him a little DM to hit me up so we can hammer down some more of the details. Maybe we do it here, and just use Pass the Pen one of our Fridays, and do a specific one-off to get this in. I think it's a great idea. Incorporating other NFT projects, and being able, because right now there's a lot of these 10K projects and whatnot, others as well, that they're looking for lore writers and things like that. So if the Whippy crew can be able to help with some of that, bring maybe some of the people over to help refine some of their writing, or if they want to work in collaboration to have some of their lore minted as a larger book or something, I think those are great opportunities. And so I would just love to ask the community, keep your ears open. If somebody brings up an idea that has writing involved, just mention Whip Publishing. Tell them to DM myself or Dylan or anyone on the team. We totally think it's going to be really, really amazing as we grow this network, and we kind of need your help to do it. So we really do appreciate the follows on Twitter, tagging people up, hop in. I see people are joining in the competition there. But yes, any kind of project that you think would have benefits hooking up with us and collaborating, just try and shoot me a DM and I'll reach out to them, or if you're friends with them or whatever, tell them about Whip Publishing. And I think this is going to be a great way just to slowly grow the network organically and get a lot of great writers together collaborating on these things.
Hey, that's exactly right, Easy. That's exactly right. Now, Tokensmart, we love you. We've already got 19 new followers on Twitter. We're getting very close to being able to host the next community call Twitter Spaces from the Whip Publishing account, which is huge. It's going to be great. We're going to love it. But also, I just want to make sure that everybody gives a big shout out to Mr. Kane Mayfield for coming on and making us laugh here today. I deeply appreciate this, man. And you guys, I can't express to you how excited I am about this upcoming work that he's doing with Mr. Jim Hapax here at Whip Publishing. So give it up for Mr. Mayfield. Thank you so much, Kane, for showing up. And I want to. Hey, absolutely. And I want to also, while we're on the subject of collaborative writing projects, possibly with Degen art projects, I want to bring Mr. Andy up to the stage and let him give us a brief breakdown of what he's doing with the Hashmask community in conjunction with myself, with Spark Twain, with a couple of other people. And then he's got some exciting news about his own writing project to share as well. So yeah, come on up, Andy. Are you in the house? I see your circle is green. Yeah, there we are. There we are. Get in here, bro.
How y'all doing, man? This is going to be exciting, man. I think that Whip, to be able to help these other projects, like they get so excited about wanting to do a project like this, but then they start to try to sit down to do it. And man, it's not easy to write a book, man. I mean, luckily we have a bunch of good friends that want to encourage us, want to help us out, like in this project. And, that makes a big difference with this pass the pen and stuff like that. But just sitting down, not trying to get writer's block and just keeping on staying on that. And also have Twain help us out and White Chocolate to inspire, pushing to like, hey, I want to do this Hashmask. And if they're going to just sit on their tail, I'm going to find a way to make it done. And we're going to make it happen for them. So that's something that we want to deliver to these other projects, because each of these, when you get these NFTs, you fall in love with them. And to think in a possibility of future of collabing to have one of your pieces that you love the most, and you're just going to hodl forever to see their story come alive, it just breathes life into that NFT. It gives it a type of utility that you will always have for yourself. I mean, so what is not to like about that?
There ain't a goddamn thing to not like about that.
That's what I'm talking about. So, I mean, it's exciting to, I did an interview the other day and he was really concerned about the future of writing. But I think with all these projects, the first thing that they're starting to think about is, hey, shouldn't we do a story about this? So, I mean, I think it's alive and well. I mean, I'm not concerned. I think that there's going to be a future. I could see a Whip Publishing library and like crypto voxels or something in the future. I think that's something that could happen and be absolutely amazing to just go hang out in the library and get some studying done. But also today over on Whip, I have a very, very special show for my project that I'm doing. I'm releasing the pages of my book for this next section. It's going to be in about an hour and a half, right over an hour and a half. We're going to be going live on that. It's a town hall to kind of express where we are at with the project, where we're going to go moving forward. And this is still just the beginning of the project. I'm doing it over a year. As far as this, I think we're still only 2 months in or something like this. And I've been working on this for 2 decades. So I'm going to give my absolute all. There isn't some other idea that if this doesn't work out. This has always been my dream, and I won't let anybody down, and I will make it happen.
Hells yeah.
I believe in
Andy being it for the long haul.
It ain't even just Andy, man. It's all of us. You and me have
Yes.
been, working on this in various different phases for how long now, Easy? 14, 15 months? Something like that?
Yeah, I mean, another couple months and we'll be past a year and a half. So it's just amazing to see the ideas grow and morph and change, and now it's just like it's fruit time, baby. The flowers have been going off, the bees are pollinating and doing their thing, and the fruit is starting to just plump up and ripen. And I think that we are at kind of the head, a spearhead of like this, renaissance and revolution in writing. And I think that, I mean, it's crazy to think, but yesterday after we had that such an amazing Twitter Spaces, I was literally, and I had pulled over to the side of the road so I could, had good reception for the end because I was out and about like I often am. But I was just thinking right after we closed it down, I was like, holy shit, we're gonna do it. We're gonna change the world of publishing. It's like it's happening. These are the steps forward. So again, get on board. Like these are the days that are going to go down in history. We're going to be like freaking printing press famous. I mean, shit. I mean, no, it's truly it like it amazed me. I was amazed yesterday. I just had this feeling inside that was so like strong. I was like, this is happening. This is we're gonna do it. We're doing it. Like this is just the start. But I really truly believe this could be a very impactful project in the world of literature, which is no small feat.
It's no small feat at all. And lots of people have seen this and thought, nah, there's no way these guys can do it. Like, in fact, I was part of a technology company accelerator called Media Tech Ventures at the beginning of the year here. And one of the things that I said early on caused them to quit taking me very seriously. And you know what that thing was, Easy?
What?
I said, we're going to print money from the internet and use it to buy people books and pizza. And they were all just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, I'm serious. I'm going to do it. And then on May 22nd, Bitcoin Pizza Day happened. And I was part of the org that spent 300 grand buying people from all over the world pizza. And you know what we've been doing since day one? We've been giving people books on the internet, man. So, I mean, it is happening. It is going down. It sounds fucking stupid. I mean, it sounds ridiculous. It's like, how can this be possible? And yet, it's actually happening. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, who was right, who was wrong, it doesn't matter. We're having a good time, and we're getting there, man. We're making the mission happen, and that's what matters. So, I just, yeah. I mean, that's epic, man. So yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, the passion on these calls is so fire, and we have so many great communities helping support us, both with the tech behind the scenes, on the front end. We're in calls with people talking about how to implement the usage of these page drops. Big shout out to the lads community, our vibe, our tribe. We're tightly integrating with the lads. Great ideas for ways to be able to reward people for writing, whether that's writing about lads, whether that's writing a book and publishing over on Whip. We got the token swap coming up. We got like all these great communities where I think that's going to be part of our strength is the fact that we, from the start, we are trying to just go broad and not demand like any, specific things. We're just like, boom, here's a bunch of tokens that we want to get in the hands of people that are creative. And we're off to a slow start in the sense of liquidity, but that's totally normal. And I think that now is a great opportunity if you have interest to pick up some page and get in early and scoop some of those rewards. Reach out to a team member if you don't have page and you want to get some. There is some available on Uniswap, but there's also plenty of us that would be willing to swap you some for something else, trade a token that you do have for it or whatever, so you can start it. Just wanted to also throw that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, since we're talking about swapping tokens, it's probably a good time to mention the fact that we're looking into doing a token swap with our good friends from the lads community, just kind of a gesture of solidarity here. And I mean, there's going to be more and more of that stuff popping up for us and for y'all. If you guys have orgs that could use maybe some writing help or some goofiness or something like that, and you want to get involved and help build out the Page DAO and the Page Network, then we are absolutely interested in meeting you. We're interested in working with you. We're interested in getting to know you and helping you come on board and help us build this decentralized network. It's 100% of the mission here with respect to how we are going to proceed and how we are going to build out this decentralized network so that it can remain autonomous, so that it can be censorship resistant, so that it can stay cheap, right? One of the things that we've done very deliberately at this point is avoid the money people. I was talking about my kind of bizarre relationship with my tech accelerator, that I was part of at the very early days with this earlier. And at the end of the day, we pretty much decided just to not do it. What those people want to do is they want to put you in a little box, and they want to give you a very narrow market niche to go after, and they want to tell you like, okay, do this, do this, do this, and then sure, they'll give you some money, but at the end of the day, you're getting a boss along with that money. And that boss is just going to tell you not to do all the cool stuff that you want to do with your community and your friends and, all that good stuff anyway. So like, it's kind of a net negative at the end of the day. And so basically what we're doing with the Page token launch is we are launching it to the community so that we don't ever have to have a bad relationship with a money person.
Yeah, and I mean, it's incredible the amount of journey we've been through and the roads that we've been down. And yeah, I mean, there was like money on the table, but it was, it came with strings attached, and we decided to walk away from that and stay with the pure mission. That was more important than the money. Of course, money's good. We intend to raise funds and have the Page token be a utility token as well as having some value there. But it would have been really, really hard pill to swallow to be like, okay, we've got some money in the bank for doing this and that, but now we can't do this crazy idea. They don't like the misfortune cookies or whatever it is. Like, there's nobody to say no. Like, everything goes, which is at the heart of this is not having any censorship. Of course, we're not going to let people plagiarize stuff, but other than that, it's about the creative freedoms and also the financial freedoms that come along with using the blockchain and NFTs. But I've got to commend you, Dylan, for just staying with your guns, like just true to the mission. Where even if it's a nice person that's this VC, but the bottom line is their bottom line. So it's just I feel really really proud of the team for making the choices, the tougher choices, I think, for going the route of just sticking to the dream and growing it organically, a little slower maybe, and maybe we're not all getting paid big bucks or anything like that. But it's in the general health of this project is the most important thing, and the way to make it work for everybody, not just a handful of people and make some other VCs some money.
Exactly. And thank you, Easy. I really appreciate that shout out. I've worked hard on this, and just so everybody knows, I'm losing money on this deal. I've been putting cash into it, pretty much the whole time. And so, at the end of the day, it's a passion project for me. It's a thing that I care very deeply about, and I just, at the end of the day, why is business not more fun? Like, why is everybody so serious? Why does everybody walk around like they got a stick up their ass? I think it has to do with the way that the power dynamics work. And I think that we can kind of defeat those power dynamics just by, changing the way that we handle money, which, oddly enough, Sunny Agarwal with his Osmosis project just literally taught the world how to do it. It's going to be amazing. We're going to see so many projects that are going to start, in this fashion over the next couple of months, couple of years. And really, it's going to change the world. It's just a matter of how and when. And my friends, if you were on this call, you were probably on the ground floor. Welcome to the crazy, crazy, crazy world of the future.
Yeah, we in the future, baby, and we have so much damn fun. It's just incredible. So join us in more places and more events over in our Discord. Uh, jump in that Twitter. I'm glad to see people are retweeting. They're tagging friends. It's great. I think we're only an hour out from Andy's big show now. We're about at the end of our show. I don't think we're like getting the old the long hook and pulled off right away. Let me just check. I don't think we have today anybody right behind us. Yeah, we have until the afternoon of Foxy. So if there's any questions or anything like that, we love questions. But yeah, I think we've had a good little show today. It's you know, there's a lot of exciting stuff happening. So just, you know, join in again. You've got a relative or a friend that like, oh yeah, I remember so and so Uncle Johnny was writing a book about his like adventures in Alaska, whatever it is. Like, you know, let's bring those people into the fold. Let's share those stories.
Yeah, exactly. Let's be inclusive. Let's focus not on keeping people out of this and telling people they can't publish, but on letting people in and allowing them to publish. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe one of the reasons that like reading is going down is the lockdown publishing industry that everybody has to deal with. You know, I mean, if my experience as a writer is anything like everyone else's experience, which I mean, I think it's pretty standard, really. You know, I've done, I think, 6 books. I've had like basically no reward from those. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's just a really strong disincentive to get out there and create content for people. But because it's so hard to break the ice and get your feet wet, so to speak, you know. And so anything we can do that's going to lower that barrier to entry and make it more possible for more people to create and even earn, you know, money for being creative, you know, that's where we want to be 100% of the way here. I mean, that's the mission of Send. That's the mission of Whip Publishing. I think that might be the mission of blockchain at some point in the near future as it applies to creatives. So, I mean, this is big. It ain't even just us, but we're so happy to be here and so happy to be a part of this movement. You know, I mean, there just aren't words.
And something that was, you know, that came up yesterday in the Twitter Spaces too, was just the kind of comparison to paperback books or like a Kindle book and NFTs. So, you know, part of something that, you know, up until now, you buy a book and maybe if it's a paperback, you read it. Maybe you give it to a friend or you drop it off to the thrift store or you sell it with a little box of books that you read, you know, you're done with and you get like a couple bucks for a whole box of them. Well, with NFT books, you can read it. You could then resell it on the secondary market. We're going to have things where you'll be able to, you know, put a book into the pool and maybe take another book out. So you're basically swapping, or you're going to get like fair value, you know, close to what you had paid for it originally. So there's all this also financial incentive that just hasn't been there before for the readers, which is really exciting.
You said it, bro. I mean, absolutely. You know, I mean, we're changing what can go in a book. We're changing how the economics of books work. You know, I mean, if somebody goes and picks up an NFT book today, there's a chance that the price might increase. There's a chance the price might decrease. But the thing is, at the end of the day, having a standard price for these NFT books is going to make it possible to buy a book and then, you know, unload it for about what you put in it. So at the end of the day, it's going to change the game, you know, just entirely. You know, we're talking about the alternative to the mass market paperback model that we've come up with here as a group of struggling artists and struggling writers. And really, I mean, it's just amazing to see the way that blockchain has empowered this group of essentially disenfranchised people to change the world, bro.
Yeah, and Maria Verde had a question. She'd asked if it was only English, but I had answered that all languages are welcome. And I think there'll be, this came up yesterday too, opportunities for translating books and things like that. So there, you know, we definitely are 100% all inclusive, and we hope to have a lot of variety, both in style and the people that are writing, the people that are consuming, different languages. So you know, really like having you know, people asking these questions and get some answers. Shout out to Elbow. He'd also said in graphic novels, no doubt. Yes, comic books, graphic novels, Maybe you're an avid traveler and you'd like to share some of your adventures, and you want to do like, photographs and then little explanations of different cool areas. It could even be like a travel guide or something. Like, everything literary should be on the blockchain. So this is definitely open for everybody's style and ideas.
Yeah, there are 132 million books in the world, folks. We want to put all of them on the blockchain, not just the
Hell
English
yeah.
one.
Absolutely. Well, if there's anybody that wants to, add anything on before we hop out, I know that we do have Andy's coming up over in the Whippy Discord, which I'm trying to drop a link, but I think for some reason Discord links are not accepted right now by some bot settings or something. Let me see. I'm going to try one more time just in case. But you can always go over to the Twitter, and I think on the on the Twitter profile we have our Discord, so you can always follow from there.
That's right. We're almost to the 500 followers, y'all. So thanks so much for all the follows and the retweets. We got about 42 to go. So we're gonna keep working on that the next couple of days, and yeah, I mean, so some lucky person from Tokensmart here today is going to be receiving 50 page tokens. We don't know who yet. We're going to pick that person as randomly as possible. I mean, humans are bad at generating randomness, but we'll just pick somebody, and that person will receive a DM, and we'll ask for their non-custodial ETH address, and we will go ahead and shoot that person over the 50 page tokens as soon as we get to the 500 followers that we are looking to earn. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out, and we deeply appreciate just all the support that we get from the community. I know we're a wild and crazy group of guys and gals doing kind of gonzo shit, but at the end of the day, the really cool thing is that this technology is making this possible, and this community is making this possible. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we just we hope to work with you in the future to be more creative. So
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace, love, and whoopee.
whoopee.